Alright, alright, alright. I know I'm late. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. How are we all doing, folks? I've been doing YouTube stuff. My OBS is all fucked up. How are we all doing? So, before we go on, hello to everyone that turned up nice and early, you beautiful, beautiful sons of guns. The bit badges are now in. The bit badges are in, and they are looking glorious. So those of you that have donated bitties to the channel will now be able to pick yourselves a lovely bit badge. I like them, I like them. Now, of course, I did call this yesterday. The first thing that feckin' happens is old Leppy decides to try and make the gingerest, most ginger combination he can. Son of a bitch. Did you hear that, Leppy? You said you're beautiful. You're beautiful. God, this is why we can't have nice things. But yeah, the lady has done us some new badges. They are tier-based bit badges. So it goes like bronze, silver, gold. And then beard colour goes white, blue, bronze, silver, gold. I like it. I think it's a cute little thing. Next thing I'm going to do is have a look at the sub-icons and get those tweaked. But yeah, I like it, I like it, I like it. So, we're going to play some more Ronnie today. Apologies for not being here yesterday. However, I did put my time to good use. I did lots of stuff for YouTube and stuff, and tinker with some new images that might be around next week, I think. Got some new images for OBS and stuff. So I had a lot of stream-related stuff to do. Mick, how you doing, bud? First of all, ever. Sorry, Mick, you're too slow today. Ah, shit. How's it going, bud? Right. It's been one of them days today where I've not really had time to think, so I need to get my protein in me, otherwise I'll be flagging. So I hope you all had a good weekend, as I say. Obviously it was the lady's birthday on Saturday, so I was playing good boy boyfriend all weekend. And then she took yesterday off work, and she had a lazy day. It was lovely. Had to click through and like all the YouTube vids. Ow, shit. Oh, fuck, I just swatted my fingernail backwards. Oh, why don't you be a good boy every day? Because then you get used to it, you see, and I'd have nothing to wow her with occasionally. It's tactics. Oh, you know that, when you do that thing on your fingernail, and like you bend it, like I've got like a white seam across my fingernail now, halfway down. Oh, owie. I just broke a nail. No. No, I didn't. Oh. Oh. I don't know if this... I'm not giving you the finger. I don't know if this will be too bright for you to see. Yeah, it's too bright for you to see. No nail, no problem. Get the pliers. Anyway, let's get into the game. Now, full disclosure, there may not be a webcam. Give me a second. I realised that I had been doing some YouTube stuff. So there'll be no webcam and no pop-up animations. There we go. Okay. So yeah, I've done a couple of YouTube videos last couple of days. You may have seen them. I post them on Discord. Just for those that have been asking in stream and stuff. I've got another couple of videos. One is uploaded, one is waiting to be encoded later. So yeah, I'll be whacking some more YouTube stuff on. My girlfriend hates when that happens. Fuck you, Shane. Don't tell you never done that. You know when you just stub it directly and it just flexes. It doesn't rip off. It just flexes backwards and then you get like a purple nail for a week. Sucks. Right then, so... I've not really been on the base since we were last here, so we're kind of where we left off. We've obviously just launched our first petroleum rocket. I managed to cook the hell out of this area, so we're going to try and get some of this stuff sealed up today. I keep changing my mind on how I want to deal with these bunker doors at the bottom, in terms of like collecting some of the regolith and doing something with some of the heat. Nope, never. Nails for humans are really on their way out, probably. Evolution will get rid of them because we don't need them anymore. I think nails on the feet will still always be needed. Nails on the hands, we're pussies nowadays. We don't dig through dirt and stuff, do we? We don't dig through dirt and forage for stones and other things we used to use nails for, you know? Foraging for stones, digging through dirt, scratching Neanderthals, all those things that we need them for. Right, one thing I had noticed, so I literally loaded the save before the stream, and I was like, alright, what am I going to do today? I've cooked my bristle blossoms. I've cooked them. And the reason I've cooked them is I'm running granite that's going through an insulated tile here that I completely didn't realise. These insulated tiles have been warmed up over time because the gas that's in them. Obviously, this has been here since cycle 100 or something, this tank. So the granite that's passing through these insulated tiles is obviously getting warmed up, which is not ideal. So I need to just get that fixed. So I've slapped a bridge on the end here. We're just going to empty this, and I need to figure out how I'm going to route this so it doesn't cook everything. We'll figure that out in a minute. Why do you need nails on your feet? For protection. Because if you damage your feet, you're kind of knackered. Like, in the wild and stuff. And in real life. You can live without arms a lot easier than you can live without legs, I would say. Personally. Like, mobility is key, isn't it, in the wild? Nails don't really help. Of course they do. Of course they do. Nails keep the form. If you don't have toenails, have you ever lost a fingernail? I lost a thumbnail, right? So I've never really shown it on stream, but I have a fucked up thumbnail. Ever since I was 3. And my thumb is not the correct shape now because of it. It's the same on your feet. So you'd have like weird floppy toes after a while. They'd all just splooge out, and then you wouldn't be able to walk properly. You get eaten by a lion. That'd be the end of it. They call you perpetual floppy toes. Old sausage toes perpetual. They wouldn't call you to your face, but they definitely say it behind your back. That works both ways, Bacon Fried. Have you never seen people feed themselves with their feet? It works both ways. How would you scratch your balls if you didn't have fingernails? On the carpet, obviously. You just do that whole dog maneuver. You know when a dog's got worms? That's how you scratch your nuts if you don't have fingernails. We all know this. I mean, we don't need to go over the most minute of science, guys. I mean, we can figure a lot of this out ourselves. I'm pretty sure. Oh my god. I just see what these guys are doing. Alright, so we had a bit of a, was it Friday stream? We were just trying to get our first petroleum rocket launch, weren't we? That was the main focus. I wanted to get our first petroleum rocket gone, which we've done now. I've now got dupes that are in a loop. So let's just toggle you off now. Building broken ladders. Oh, okay. I'd rather have my fucking arms than my legs if I had the choice. Get a wheelchair to replace my fucking legs. I don't even want to try a game with my feet. People have done it. People have done it. How many bits for the first badge? 100. So we disabled one badge, which is the number. That is unticked. We've disabled one badge, which is like a 1-bit badge. Right, how are they still accessing this? How are they actually still accessing that? It's toggled off. Right, anyway, let me get that done. So, yeah, a couple of things I just need to sort out in the base. One is that I noticed we were running very low on power, which is no surprise there. We've been running low on power for a while. So I've disabled these aquatuners again. I've just changed this sensor to be above 120 for argument's sake. So this is just going to circulate for a while. I'll probably put it to like 95 or something just to be safe. I might move the odd packet every now and again, but it shouldn't be many. So they're going to be off. I've also noticed that we boiled a load of ethanol down here, which I completely forgot about. And I've ripped out these things that were down here. So I'm just going to carry on ripping those out. This thing probably needs to be toggled off at some point before it gets too hot to even get a steel pump down here. But for now, we're still working on Hamster's Lake, so we'll just leave that going. My dupes are all doing some sweeping down here still. They're trying to get all this crap back to the base. And yeah, everything's just sort of ticking over for now. We are still losing lumber. Let me get rid of you. We're down to 143k now. So we've gone up a little bit since last time, but we're not exactly booming. I don't plan on planting any more trees. If we do need more, I might plant some actual domesticated ones. but I don't think I'm going to do that anytime soon. If you asked them arms and leg, wait, if you asked them arms and hands or legs and feet, I'm pretty sure 99% or more would go with arms and hands. That is a very bold statement to say. That's a very bold statement to say. You can't say that. I can't take that. Bacon fried, normally I'd tolerate things like that, but I can't say that today. Because everybody's different. I mean, if you ask somebody that had been an Olympic athlete in running for most of their life, would you rather lose your arms or your legs? And they get the exhilaration, feel-good vibes from running that helps them get through their day. I'm pretty sure they'd take their fucking legs. You know, mobility matters to a lot of people. Build your fucking rebuildable RTA with your feet. I'm sure somebody could. I'm sure somebody could. Do you realise how much dexterity? You've ever seen these people that fucking paint and stuff with their feet? I'm gonna Google it. How do I do this? Feet artist is just going to get me drawings of feet. Artists. Feet. It says mouth painters, mouth painters, mouth painters. There's fucking loads of them. Steve Chambers. What are you doing, Steve? Oh, grim. Oh, grim. Look! Old Steve Chambers here. Lives in Norfolk. I can't do this. He's doing it with his fucking mouth. I mean, humans, very, very interesting. Look how good that is. You know? You adapt. You make it work for you. That's one way to get really bad neck ache. Look, Roger Guy Pedrick. Perfect. And a beautiful cat. I probably could do that one actually, Roger. I mean, what the fuck? I mean... Oh, look! Oh, Shane, you bastard. Oh, you bastard. Jesus. It's not about that though, Bacon, is it? It's not about if you'd like them back. It's about which you can live without. And your argument was, if you spoke to anybody that had lost their arms, wasn't it? Whether they want their arms and their legs, they'd always take their arms. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't agree with that. Because you see these things all the time. People can adapt. People figure it out. Make it work for them. I think there's a lot of people out there that would value their legs over their arms. And there's a lot of people out there that would value their arms over their legs. I'll have a left arm and a right leg, please. Perfect. Shay, you'll always be falling over. Right. So, Rocket's going to come back and heat the devil out of all this stuff again, so I kind of want to get this done. My plan is here, I'm just going to build a little vacuum room, although I've sort of still not decided what I want to do about the regolith. So my first idea was to just seal this up and deal with it with sweepers, and then we decided to maybe have a look at putting some bunker doors underneath to let regolith drop down. I've now decided these doors are in the wrong place. I could probably get away with only two doors? Two doors. And just seal all this up. So I don't want this one. This is going to be sealed down here. And then I thought, well, do I even want the regolith to drop down? If I do, it's going to go onto a hot plate. There's not going to be that much regolith, I don't think. It only really comes into play when I get my hydrogen rockets up. The hydrogen rockets will be able to melt regolith. Decisions. Anyway, I built this in the wrong place, so let's just do this. And that'll be fine. And then you're going to come across to there and there. I think I'm going to have to seal up this bottom bit, because otherwise, when the rocket comes back, it's going to cook all this shit, and the next thing, my airlocks are going to evaporate or something terrible, so... Let's get that done. And... yeah, let's do this side as well. Would prosthetic legs or arms be harder to make? I would imagine arms are obviously much more difficult because you'd have to have dexterity and stuff and grippy goodness. But you know, I don't know. I just came here for an argument. Cost me $5 a month. That wasn't an argument. Oh, Bacon Fried, just message me on Discord later if you want an argument, mate. I'll give you an argument. I'm all for that. I can whip up an argument in the blink of an eye. I can get mad when I shouldn't have any reason to. Stigander, how's it going? Ah, Jesus. All I was trying to say was, I don't think you can make such a blanket statement. I think a lot of people out there would value a leg over an arm, and a lot of people out there would value an arm over a leg. I suppose it depends whether you're a marathon runner or a hat maker. That's all I have to say about that. Rain day, can't work, anxiety grows, but otherwise pretty good. Right. So I just want to tidy this stuff up here. Can't get up there. So let's just give him one of them. Might as well rip you out. And you out. Oh, Winterheim. I was not paying attention, sir. Let's go over here. Fuck's sake. Oh, it's nothing worse than a fully entombed dupe. We're not even getting the wiggle animation or anything. He's completely entombed. Fuck's sake. Get it! Get him out of there. You idiot. You idiot. Alright. So, I'd like to get this done before the rockets come and cook it up so hot that my pumps can't get in there or something stupid. That would be the plan. I don't even know when the rocket's coming back. How quickly do we launch it for the end of the stream? We've got 2 cycles. So we'll probably take one more hit of heat and then we'll deal with it after that. Entombed dupes are much rarer now since they changed the dupe behaviour. As well, they just hop up onto crazy high ledges and suffocate instead. There used to be a thing in the past where a dupe could hop between 4 and 8 tiles vertically if they got stuck. Those were good days. Those led to some interesting trappages. Sorry, my bot's in the wrong place. Schwep. Stigander, thank you very much for the follow, buddy, and welcome. Welcome. Stream started. I'm stuck in the starting soon. Had Twitch died or something? What happened? What went wrong? Right, let's rip these out. Let's get rid of that. I'm gonna have to kill this quab. I'd like to drop all this crap out of it if we can, but I think a lot of it's going to get stuck and we'll have to sweep it like crazy. Let's get rid of you. I don't remember. Oh, I remember why we built all these ladders here. It's because we had this bit of debris stuck in here. There's now 2 bits of debris stuck in there. Oh. So, how you doing, buddy? How's it going? So yeah, I've not fully fleshed out what I want to do with this space yet. I'm thinking we'll probably end up banging some metal in here, maybe some gas piping or something to transfer the heat. I don't really know. It's a huge space to waste, but I don't really know what to do with it. I don't know what method I want to try and collect some of the heat with, or whether I even care all that much, to be honest. Dinner. Oh, this is still working a little bit of oxygen every now and again. I'm probably going to be low on oxylite for a good while, I think, because we've not really got an oxygen supply up here. Got 200 kilos. It's not exactly ideal. But we will do a... I want to try and get this squared off today as well, and then we can get a hydrogen and oxygen room maybe set up here. So, do I want to piss away this hydrogen? I think I might do. Ah. I think we might be bringing stuff from our oil biome up here, which is massively foolish. What is a fiver? 5 English pounds. I want my fiver back. I didn't come here for a contradiction. I wanted an argument. What can we argue about? What can we argue about? I mean, I'll take an argument. What do you want to argue about? Give me a topic. Give me a topic, and we'll have a debate. We'll have en masse debate, and we'll sort something out. I mean, I ain't giving you fiver back. That's not happening. No way, no how. You lost that fiver now. And what's more, you're not even going to get any good value from it. I'm going to make sure of it. You're building a massive nature reserve with a metal door deconstruct exploit. It's really fun. Dirty, Soda. Dirty. Dirty. And after I did a little video yesterday showing you a legit way of doing it. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Despicable, actually. Yeah, Nakamaru did a really good thread on the forums yesterday. For those of you that might be looking at pip planting, like wild planting, you might want to check the forums. There's a really handy thread on there. It's gone into a lot more of the planting rules and stuff, which is always good. You can't get up there anymore, can you? No. I've already spent it. I've not. Hey, listen, I'm saving up at the minute. I'm saving up for good stuff. I need to get a computer upgrade, don't I? It needs to happen. Alright, I really want my boys to come and do just this stuff so we can get this plastic out of here because it's probably going to get nuked. So videos, but I'm not in the overbiome yet and I want wild things. Oh. Well, that's fair enough. I just don't like the door thing because it is a bug. It is broken. Okay. Oh, I need to sort the base out, don't I? I need to sort that. I need to sort the conveyor line out because, as I say, all my crops are stifled at the minute. I basically cooked the room like an idiot. Like an idiot. It'll cool down again over time, but it's going to take a little while. So, this conveyor line is meant to be having my granite on it. And it's not going to work if I run it through this wall. It's going to transfer all the heat. I kind of want this poop to go through the wall. So I could just jump over here. Try and find a path up here. It's not ideal though. It's far from ideal. Alright, so we'll do that. Get to there. Ship, 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 ship. Bang it up, bang it up. Bang it. All that way. Nice. And get rid of Hugh. And then, yeah, let's just get this out of the base. It's hot as balls. Should have just run it outside entirely, really. It's fine if it's a bit warm down at the bottom of the base, that's okay. Right, and you're going to come up dear. That will have to do. That will have to do. Be greeted. I'm not sure you know, but I really enjoy your content. That is all. Proceed. Stern Daddy. Thank you very much. And a cordial greeting to you as well, sir. Always lovely to see you. Always lovely. I do love a formal greeting. Makes me happy. Right. Be greeted. Consider yourself a greetee. Is that a word? The greetee and the greeter. Can you say somebody is a greetee? A greetee. The one who is greeted. Ah, I consider myself a greetee. I didn't know that was a word. That is a really weird looking word. G-R-E-E-T-E-E. Greetee. That's a strange one. Okay. Crab boys seem happy. Seems to be lots of poop around here as well. Too much poop, some might say. A lot of poop. Crab boys. Oh, Jesus. Oh, they're all... There's lots of spawns. Oh, Jesus. These poker shells have made a lot of babbies. I didn't realise there was so many here. Die, die, die. Would you say being a greetee is gratuitous? A gratuitous greetee. Still not figured out what I'm going to do with these crabs yet. But we are getting lots of poker shells. I mean, I think that's about like 10 that we killed there or something silly. Not bad. We can make all the steel. Maybe more than 10. Alright, so there might have been more crabs here than I realised. We did spend the entire stream not looking at the base last stream though, so there is that. Should there be a genocide warning on the stream? I don't think so. I don't feel this is full genocide. I don't even know if these are dying properly. It seems like they're bugged. I'm just going to pause it a second. Let's see if... No. I can't see if there's any meat or anything here. Let's see. Poke shell malt. 250 kilos! Oh! Alright, so there's many eggs. But no meat, weirdly. Oh, they don't drop meat. Oh, okay, so it's just the malt. Well, there was about 25 here by the looks of it, maybe more. Right, where was it? There was 28! 29! Okay, well we dealt with the... Fucking hell. We dealt with some of the crabs. Final question, how big are caterpillars in the UK? Small? I mean, they vary. You can't get little tiny ones. You can't get big boys. You can't get little greeny ones like that, and then you get furry ones that are like that. but not massive. Alright, we should be able to reach this. Oh, yeah, we should be able to reach this as well. Just not build the ladders yet. But that'll get our granite back online. We'll just get this done. Good, good. Good. So I need to feed my hatches. I can't just leave them hungry. It's no good. This one about 4 inches long in my garden. Should I kill it? No, it'll become something massive. Maybe it'll become a giant butterfly. I mean, will it take over the UK? I don't know. A 4-inch long caterpillar. Sounds like a chunky, juicy boy. Why would you kill it just because it's big? You big meanie. Right, I seem to remember we ran a massive conveyor line last strum from the top, didn't we? But then I didn't do anything with it. Why didn't I do anything with it? So I've got power up here now. Was it because it was too toasty? 136, 140 degrees. I mean, I could connect this now. Let's just use you. So I can get all this stuff dropped in the base. I mean, it's going to be hot as balls, but why not? Hot as balls. Kind of new to the game, but finally got a colony that'll make it to at least day 50. My question is what power to move to after coal? I don't see any natural gas, and hydrogen pockets really don't last very long. Reading about how to farm Drecos turns up a lot of complicated as shit results. Pseudocode. Alright, first of all, farming Drecos, as in glossy Drecos or normal Drecos, because there's two different types. In a nutshell, feed them mealwood, and you'll get glossy Drecos. To give them happy fun times, you need to give them a little pocket of hydrogen in their actual stable. So this is a stable here. These are glossy Drecos. Hydrogen keeps them happy. We shear them, we get plastic, we feed them mealwood, we groom them. That's about it. In terms of power, it depends on your asteroid. On my asteroid, for example, I've not got any natural gas geysers, so I'm not using any natural gas power at the minute. Problem with that is, it means I don't have much power. So I've got wood burners, I've got coal burners, I'm out of coal. Hydrogen gens, which is basically a bit of hydrogen that's been generated by our electrolyzers. This is currently the only real way of getting hydrogen in the game other than space rockets. So electrolyzers give you oxygen and a little bit of hydrogen. If you collect the hydrogen, you can use it for power. Other than that, you've also got petroleum generators, which we've got down here. So these are petroleum generators. These can run either on petroleum or ethanol. So this one's running on ethanol over here. These are all running on petroleum. These give you an awful lot of power and a lot of byproducts as well. Other than that, you can get a bit of natural gas from refineries and from oil wells, which is these down here. But it's not very much. It's probably not very much to give you much power. I've been collecting my natural gas for ages, and I've got 132 kilos per tile in here, so not very much. I'm probably going to use this today because I need some power. So yeah, really the best thing I can advise is if you're only on like cycle 50, you've probably not explored all your asteroid yet. So get out there and start finding your geysers. The sooner you find your geysers, the better you know what you're working with then. You tried electrolyzers, but they keep over-pressurizing super quickly. I have them in 2x6 pockets with pumps on either side. Where do you get petroleum? Petroleum you get from oil. So there's oil normally at the south of your map, normally crude oil down here. And you can get it from oil wells as well, which is these reservoirs. You put an oil well on top of it and you can collect oil from it. Stigander, we have 36. One is currently in a rocket. Other than that, power-wise, you've got solar power and manual gens. I've still got some manual gens in the base kicking around. I've got like 5 on each side. Still use those. And our solar panels aren't quite online yet, but we've sort of laid out where we want them later. So yeah, that's about all your choices really. Manual gens are always an option. Manual gens are fine, you know, especially if you've got, you know, slightly inactive dupes or you want to put them to work. Manual gens are a good source of power. But anything really. I'm using a bit of everything at the minute. I'm having to supplement my power with all sorts because I don't have one monster power source yet. Normally it would have been natural gas, but I don't have that yet. So it's kind of a luxury I don't have in this map. But you may be lucky, you know, you could go digging and exploring and find 2 natural gas geysers, at which point you've got no worries for power probably for the rest of the game. So do some exploring, that's what I'd say, mate. Get out there and do some exploring. I say, you can't really plan your colony properly until you've got, you know, a good bearing on all the crap that you've got to play with. It's like trying to build a Lego model without opening all those little bags, you know? You won't get very far. I was exploring. Oh, sounds like I should go down first. The whole map, geysers can be all over the place. The main benefit of digging down is that carbon dioxide falls, so going downwards will allow you to make like a pit in the process where your carbon dioxide can fall away to. Also, in the oil biome, there's a little creature, a little critter called a slickster, and slicksters will actually eat carbon dioxide and poop oil. So we've got some of these little boys down. Oh, a bit laggy. Got some of these boys down at the south of the base. So these are slicksters that I'm ranching, these little garbage bag looking guys. And they suck up carbon dioxide and poop out oil, which we then collect. And again, you just ranch them like you would a normal critter, basically. So, yeah, that's that. Ooh, gonna take them. Right, I was in the middle of doing that conveyor line. Did I finish it? I don't think I did. This is all finished, so we just need to make sure this bridge gets done. 9, go. Okay. So yeah, I need to focus on getting this done before the rocket comes back, so that's my next thing. Or at least getting this sealed up and this sealed up. My dupes can hop across different places, I think. We'll be able to hop over... Shit. We'll be able to hop over somewhere else. Oh, fuck. Get out of there. Okay. So you can see the problem here. You can see where the heat is. I may even need to drop this down one more tile. By the looks of it. I don't think that's directly in contact with the rocket. I think that's just the residual heat. But yeah, need to get this contained. It's too toasty. So I may even do this side first. Let's get this done. I don't want to like knacker my tubes or anything daft. Yeah, it's just made a bit of magma. It's just melted some rock and made magma. Shit. How big do you make your ranches? I hear if they're too small, the animals become celibate and can't reproduce. Yeah, if they will do that if there's any eggs in the room as well, Pseudo. So, for example, down here our glossy boys are currently cramped, I think. So they're cramped. So this room has become will become overcrowded once all nearby eggs hatch. So we've gone over the 8 critters that we can fit in this stable. Okay, so this should be a 96 room, I think, 96 tiles. Which means we can have 8 Drecos. Now, because there's an egg or 2 on the floor here and there, our Drecos are now going to be cramped. All that means is they'll die off until these eggs hatch. So they won't reproduce, they won't drop any more eggs. Which is fine, to be honest, for me. I'm really not that arsed. I'm literally just keeping these a little source of plastic. Cramped doesn't affect their metabolism. It doesn't affect how quickly they grow their scales back. It's just how quickly they'll reproduce. So you do run the risk that they might die off in a... Not completely die off, but they may, like a few of them might die all at the same time. Yeah, it's not really a big deal. I'm probably going to nuke one of these. I'm going to kill this guy. Actually, I'm not. I'm just going to leave him. He's fine. In fact, he's a good boy. But yeah, cramped you can live with. Yeah, I didn't actually want them to replace this. I'm going to disable auto repair. Oh. Data. Oh shit, what else did we get? A wristwatch. Very good. Let's put him on here. Where are we looking? Wristwatch. Oh. It's a bit bland. We'll put him there. Wristwatch. Go. Rocket exhaust is 9 tiles deep and 3 tiles wide. Yeah, I think we're okay here. Yeah, we'll be fine. It was just residual heat that melted stuff here. It's a bit toasty. It's fine. That makes sense. A lot less daunting seeing an actual example rather than with all the numbers thrown at me by the wiki. Yeah. The only issue is as well, the wiki tends to be... Not so much now that we're getting less frequent updates, but it's not always exactly on the money as well, so you sometimes have to take it with a bit of a pinch of salt, but... Yeah. I say ranching isn't quite as daunting as you think. At least manual ranches are pretty straightforward. When you start wanting to automate them a bit more, you start needing a bit more tech and logic to sort of keep things self-regulating. A bit more automation. Right, so we will have revealed something on the star map, won't we? Let's see what we've got here. Ah, niobium. 3%. And fullerene, that's the thing. Niobium and fullerene. I need both of those things right now. Oh well, that should probably help us finish our research off. We've already done it now. Oh no, we've got a little bit more to do down here. That's fine. I think what we're probably going to do is build the other rocket. And start doing cargo runs straight away. The problem I've got is, again, a lack of coal means no ceramic. So I'm currently putting petroleum through igneous pipe, which kind of sucks. Oh, Pseudo, thank you very much for the sub, buddy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You now have access to sexy emotes. Feel free to spam them. And welcome, buddy. Any questions you've got, ask. We're all about, you know, new player friendly here. So if you're struggling, ask. Right, so let me just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. We'll do that. So I've not figured out how my access is going to work here yet, as I say. I'm probably just going to have ladders out. Yeah, I don't know how I can do it. I don't really have enough room to get across. I have to have some doors or something just to block off the heat. Right then, so we'll copy this, we'll start building this rocket because it's going to take us a little bit to build. And this is going to be our first petroleum cargo rocket, and we'll keep sending this other one just for little spacey missions for now. Little science missions. I would like to not completely cook this area off if I can. So let's just get you sealed. And we'll deal with the heat in a minute. Alright. Let's mop all this shit up as well. Thanks for the info. Hope you don't mind me asking more questions periodically. No. Go for it. Also, mate, I'll give you this link. Here is a link to our Discord channel, right? On our Discord channel, there is a Oni-related section. It's called Oni Talk, I think. Any questions you've got about the game, or if you've posted any builds and you don't understand why it's not working, or anything like that, whack it in there. Even if I'm not live, don't struggle, you know. Whack it in there, and somebody will be able to help you if I'm not about. There's many knowledgeable people on the on our Oni, well, on our Discord, full stop. So feel free to use that resource. Right, I noticed this was in the wrong place, so we're going to get rid of you. This was slightly off center. I need to get rid of this and build this. It is hot as holy balls up here, but that's fine. So what I'm probably going to do, I'll build some metal tiles on the inside of here, and then I'll vacuum out this upper area, and then I can build down below the metal tiles then and start doing some other stuff. This is just sort of a temporary cover for now, which will be fine. Right. I wanted to put you in, didn't I? Beautiful. And if I'm going to put one of you in, you probably have to be steel. And you can reach all them. Nice. We'll start getting a lot of this gubbins collected. Sent to the base. Nice. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of building and squaring off and tidying things up today. I think it's one of the main things we need to do. I want to get you done. I want to get you done. You're not going to go like that, are you? Yeah. And huh. Oh, I raised it up. What? Oh, I see what I've done here. I've only got one thick here. Huh. It's like that. Yeah. Okay. Now if we make these out of wolframite, we can have a few doors across here. I just want to, I say, separate this off for now. Why the bunker doors instead of bunker tiles under the rockets? Because the plan is, Ordith, eventually we're going to try and drop down any regolith that falls down and stuff like that. I'm going to be wanting to harvest a bit of regolith in tile form to fall down, and they're basically going to fall through our rocket tubes. So like this one will be open here, and this is a reasonable amount of space to be open, so we're probably going to get a reasonable amount of regolith falls down. This one, and this one will be open, and the regolith can fall down onto these middle tiles and be collected. That was the plan. And then we'll drop it into here, and we're going to probably use rocket heat to sort of heat the regolith and use that to give us a warm body for steam and stuff. You'll see. It'll all make sense. It's part of a bigger plan that I've not fully fleshed out yet. But, you know, it's just a different way of harvesting the heat. That's my thinking. That's my plan. Hey there, Bitch Bear McGee. Nailu, how dare you? How you doing? Can I see how you have your metal forges set up? There's a lot of heat management and infrastructure associated with it. As in metal refineries. Metal refineries are actually pretty straightforward. The way that I have mine set up at the minute is actually pretty basic. You can do a lot of complicated things with them. I basically have mine as a straight through feed at the minute. So I'm using mine in the conventional method of the metal refinery. By that I mean I'm taking a liquid, which in this case is crude oil at 80 degrees. The crude oil is going straight through my metal refinery once, so it passes straight through. And then comes out, depending on the recipe. The thing that you need to bear in mind, and I can't really show you because of where my webcam is, when you click on a recipe in your metal refinery, it'll pop out this little tab here. This tells you how much heat will be added based on what recipe you're making, right? So for example, if you're doing polluted water, it'll add a different amount of heat than if you're using oil. So I'm using crude oil, so I know that if I'm going to make steel, if I mouse over this little heat thing down here, it'll tell me this will raise the temperature of the contained crude oil by 138.4 degrees. Well, I know that crude oil doesn't boil until 390 degrees Celsius, this is. So, because I know it doesn't boil till 390, I know I can just piss it straight through. And I could even, if I was being clever, loop it back until it got to a certain temperature that was, 390 minus 138. Once it got to that threshold, then I'd dump it out and use it for something else. A lot of people use liquid for this, like polluted water or just clean water, and then they'll process it into something else or boil it off into steam or something like that. I use crude oil because I'm taking my crude oil, it's coming into my refinery, it's getting hot, and then it's coming out of this pipe, and I'm putting it straight into an oil refinery. And the oil refineries then turn it into petroleum. They turn it into petroleum that stays at the same temperature as the hot oil was after it left the refinery. But I don't care, because I'm going to end up burning it anyway. I'm going to burn it as fuel, which cancels the heat. So it depends what you're trying to do. If you're just trying to make a little bit of metal in the early game, there are other options that will generate no heat and don't need any power, like smooth hatches. You can breed a variant of hatches that are smooth hatches, and when you feed them metal, they'll give you refined metal at 75% their intake. Or alternative, there's the rock granulator, which is this boy up here. Now you do lose some of your metal mass, so if you put in 100 kilos of gold, you'll get 50 kilos of gold out of it, but you do get sand as a bonus. So there's that. Yeah, 75 for smooth hatches. That's why I used to use smooth hatches over the granulator, or well, now the rock crusher. But yeah, depends on what you need basically. Don't feel like you have to rush for a metal refinery if you've not really got the infrastructure for it. But if you do want to use it in the early game, you can just pump through some, some polluted water or something. Yeah, the rock granulator was looking to upgrade something else. Got forges, but it's introduced a whole load of temperature mechanics. Thanks for the quick overview. Yeah, no problem at all, buddy. No problem. Right, this boy's up now. So what I can do now... What sort of stuff am I going to want to send down in a hurry? It's probably all this refined metal and stuff. Although I'm tempted to leave it up here for building with. Got a lot of crap here. If I send it all back down, I'm not going to want any lead or anything, am I? Let me think. Yeah, I'm tempted to send a lot of this down. So we'll send all the regolith down as well. It's going to cook my base a little bit, this is, but that's a problem we'll deal with in a bit. Cultivatable soil. Yeah, send all these down. I don't know what we've left up here that my dupes have maybe swept from somewhere else. Miscellaneous. Yeah, we'll go, yeah. Drop down. Raw mineral. Yeah. You should start sweeping all this gubbins up. Yeah. This is going to be hot as balls, but we'll just have to deal with it for now. Okay. What's your problem, Gino? There we go. Right. So I want to start squaring up underneath here as well, and we'll use ladders to build the rest of this when we come to expand it. But for now, I just want to tidy all this crap up, really. Too much gubbins here. Too much gubbins. Every machine in this game should have NATO at the end of it. Oxygenator, granulator, transforminator, ice carotinator. Actually, ice carrots aren't machines. The ATNs are, but the Weezewarts aren't. Anti-entropy thermonullifierator. Yeah, there's options. Right, managed to get my protein down me at least. Let's see how much oxalate we've made. Probably not very much. 300 kilos. Kind of blows. I need to get some more oxygen up here. I've never used the transport tubes. How good are they? They're kind of good. They're much quicker for long distance journeys. I don't use them for small journeys as a rule. I just use them for getting into closed builds and long distances. I don't find they're incredible, but they're not bad. Son of a bitch. That explains it. Okay, these boys are going to be hungry. These boys is going to be hungry. Okay. Fishy boy still okay? Yeah, we've got a little fishy in here and a big boy. This one's got a little fishy and a big boy. We've got many pacus in here that could do with dying off. But that's okay. Does the aesthetics still affect the transport tube? Athletics, sorry, still affect the transport tube travelling speed? I'm not too sure, Demos. Not tested that. Couldn't tell you for sure. Right, let's rip this. Do you want to rip these ladders out? Yeah, we'll rip these out. Think about leaving an extra space where I put my ladders to put tubes that go from the top to middle to bottom. Worth it? Yeah. That's why I always do 3 wide or 4 wide ladder gaps. Later on I'll probably put more tubes through the base, so it gives me the option to if I want to. But yeah, definitely. If you've got the infrastructure for it, why not? I've not built a single polymer press in this game. I've been a very lazy boy, and I've just used the fact that where did this come from? Used the fact that Glossy Drecos were giving me a bit of plastic, so I've been super lazy, but the plastic the Glossy Drecos has given me has kept me going for, you know, 1,000 cycles or so. I don't actually know how much we've got at the minute. Where am I looking? Manufactured plastic. We've got 20 tons at the minute, but we did spend a lot, like last stream, building another tube and stuff. I'm trying to think if it's worthwhile me digging out any more fossil, or whether I should just build this next rocket and see how far it takes us. I might do that. You keep having to refresh the stream every 15 minutes because the audio video go way out of sync. Is that my end, or it doesn't seem I'm not dropping any frames or anything here? Is it a Twitch thing, or that doesn't sound good? That doesn't sound good at all. I think it can be alright now. It doesn't seem to be. I've not dropped any frames or having any encoding problems or anything. I'm hoping it's not my end. Right. Right, here's the bugger. I want to get all this dug out and tidied up. The only problem is it's going to be a bit of a pain in the ass to do. Because A, I've got a bit of hydrogen in here that's 170 degrees, and I don't really want that to go and touch my solar panels. For example, this little bit of mafic rock that's been left here for some reason is currently warming up this solar panel. They all seem to be warming up. Why is that? Why are all my solar panels orange? Is there any liquid whose evaporation temperature is higher than 430 except petroleum? Metals, that's it. After petroleum, it's metal. No, they don't, Naylor. And also, they're not on at the minute. Nice, this little fella's still going. We've got 30 tons of copper here now. Nice. How do I make a tank of hot petroleum with gas? Gas over the vent. You have to use a gas bubble instead. How do you capture steam and condense it back into water? Or is it just not worth doing that? If you're talking about like a geyser, you're best just condensing it at the site. You can pump it, you can collect it if you use a gold amalgam pump, or a pump with a higher overheat temperature. Gold or steel. Depends how hot your steam is. If it's 500 degrees steam, then you're kind of shit out of luck. You just need to cool it with some piping or something. If it's 110 degrees steam, then you can just put a gold amalgam pump in, but I'd probably just cool it on site if you were looking to get wetter. Is it for a geyser, or what's it for, Sudo? How'd you get that copper back? I don't plan to, Nalo. I have no use for copper at all. I don't need copper. I've got 70 tons of iron, 328 tons of lead. Like, this is refined stuff, so that's all the wire I'll ever need. Automation wire I'll ever need. Special automation wire I'll ever need. I don't need copper. It's just there as a big heat block. So it's just to produce energy for the hell of it. It's just for energy. I wanted to just cap the volcano and see whether a single steam turbine could handle it, no problem. And I think it probably could have handled 2 volcanoes. Well, I know it could have handled 2 volcanoes, but it would have just needed a bit more cooling. Colony achievement. That might have been a mistake. Immovable object. Block a meteor from hitting your base using a bunker door. Very good. Very good. Alright then. So, I just wanted to get this sealed up. And then we can start making this a vacuum. And then we can build out further downwards then. And I can start using my rockets without worrying too much about cooking the rest of my asteroid. Which is good. I'm just going to whack a couple of